and we'll see.
Here with reaction, retired CIA senior intelligence officer and Sonoran Policy Group Vice President Daniel Hoffman. We haven't had you in studio. It's an honor to see you. Thank you.
Good to be here. Thank you.
30 years serving the country?
Yeah, went by like the blink of an eye, though, honestly.
Yeah.
I miss it these days, especially.
All over the world.
Yeah, all over
and you're
the
an expert in Russia. You've lived in Pakistan.
And Iraq as well, yes.
Unbelievable. I cannot, unless Donald Trump backed up cargo planes full of the $150 billion in cash, or tried to bribe Kim Jong-un like Kim Jong-il was bribed, his father, liberals will never like him. Oh, don't make them mad. They're going to hate us. But strength works every time.
Yeah, I think some of those pundits forgot the lessons we learned from Ronald Reagan, who was equally as hard on the Soviet Union.
Evil empire.
Called him the evil empire, made some of the most eloquent speeches. We remember the tear down the wall, Mr. Gorbachev speech at Brandenburg Gate. And at the same time was negotiating arms control agreements. And it was that determination that he had and his ability to show our strength, which led to the potential for some negotiations. I think we're seeing the same strategy right now play out quite well.
You know, it is amazing because nobody saw it coming. And why do you think the reversal, the economic sanctions, had that big an impact? I mean, look at Kim Jong-un's desire just to get into the Olympics last minute.
So I think a couple of things. I think for sure the sanctions are stinging North Korea. But I also think the president's direct outreach to Kim Jong-un matters a lot because the Chinese would like to be involved, and they're out right now. And I think the president caught everybody a little bit off guard. He also mounted this incredible, extraordinary, tactical diplomatic initiative, completely shielded from the public view, avoiding any collateral damage that public scrutiny might have caused until the time was right for all of us to know what Mike Pompeo was really doing over Easter weekend.
I've always liked Mike Pompeo. Mike, he was #1 at West Point. This guy is a smart man. And thank God he'll become the next Secretary of State. I want to ask you, we also got the concessions from China, the Chinese president, right, as it relates to intellectual property rights and trade. I want to ask you, you had written a piece about Brennan, the former CIA director. What about him?
Well, my concern about John Brennan was some of the tweets that he made regarding the president and his comments on Morning Joe a couple of weeks back where he...
Liberal Joe. We don't call it Morning, Liberal Joe show.
Okay, I got to get with the Hannity program.
The Hannity lingo.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So he was insinuating, he said he was speculating that Vladimir Putin could blackmail President Trump. And that is risking a lot of collateral damage to our national security. He should be taking the Hippocratic Oath, maybe of exercising his freedom of speech, although I think personally it's unseemly for someone involved in...
It really is.
In intelligence to come back and get into partisan politics that way, but then do no harm to our national security while you're exercising that right.
Isn't it amazing that the people that are most angry about the things that have come out about the FBI and the Justice Department and FISA and all these things and unmasking and leaking intelligence, the people that I know that are angriest are the people in the intel community that protect us every day, and the FBI, those rank and file guys that protect us every day, and all of whom put their lives on the line. They are apoplectic, and a lot of the information coming out is because of their bravery and honesty.
I think there's some frustration when down in the trenches you see things really clearly and you're briefing up to your director, who in turn is briefing the president. And sometimes politicians in the previous administration I saw like to start with the answer and then kind of twist the information to fit their solution. And from the perspective of somebody who was in the trenches and saw really what the threats were to our national security, and you look at Syria and Iraq.
If we saw them, how
Asia,
scared would the average American be? It would freak most people out. Probably.
Pick one. Look, we know the results of what happened in Syria, where ISIS had a lot of geographic space, and Iraq, because we retreated from those places. We know that in South Asia, the president completely swiveled with his policy on retaining our troops in Afghanistan when the Obama administration wanted to remove them.
Listen, you're a true patriot and hero.
Thank you.
Honor to have you in studio.
Thank you. My honor, too.
You've been great.
Thank you.
Liberals have been vicious, I mean vicious, attacking conservative Candace Owens. Now, Kanye West has praised her on Twitter. She is here tonight to exclusively respond. That's next.